What is up, everybody? My name is Free. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Today, we're back here on Redstone Craft, and we have some more stuff to do. So last episode, we built this episode counter, which I actually need to count up. Let's do this. I need to get in the habit of this. There you go. Episode 88. And in today's episode, we're going to be building a farm listing because I have been building a lot of farms and we still have a lot of farms left and I want a list of all of them. However, that isn't where we're going to start because before we do that, there's something expressively missing from this island besides, terrain, which we'll get to at a later date. And those are paths. You can see that in this part here, we have these little paths that I built and I think they look pretty good. And I decided that we would expand this further on this way. And as such, I've been collecting some materials. And that's how we're going to start the episode with a little time-lapse of me just building out these paths so we can connect everything in this island. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so paths are now done. You can see they laid all throughout the island. I haven't connected this part here. I do want to do that. I have openings on both of these ends. I have a lot of paths over here, and this is actually what we're going to build later. And of course, we have the major island edge here as well. Now, here in the middle, I'm actually going to have mountains covering both of the side paths. Only the main path is going to be open, but that's not an issue for right now. Right now, I just want to get these paths down because I like to know where I'm putting stuff, and this is a good way of me knowing. So yeah, I decided, might as well. We have a light episode today, we can do that. And now we're going to get to what we're actually going to do. Now, as I said before, we've made a lot of farms on this series. And we're probably going to be making a lot more. And I wanted a place where I can go, because I have all of this written down, obviously, but I prefer to have something on the world, just a visual aid. So I devised this little farm board, let's put it that way, that I'm going to build behind me. You can see that I actually have the schematic loaded, but I'm not going to show you the schematic because spoilers. But yeah, I think this is a fun little build, you know. It's like sort of like the counter. It's not really needed, but it's a nice thing to have. And yeah, we're going to have redstone lamps in the front with the farms on them, with an item frame and the item we're farming, or the mob head we're farming, etc. And I think it's going to look pretty damn cool. We do, however, need to get a building. So, for the second time in today's episode, let's pop into a time lapse and check this bad boy out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and a couple of things. First of all, the camera is now in a different spot, and you can see that it's actually, well, everything is different. That's because between last clip and this one, I finished recording my setup tour, which means, my setup update vlog, which means I now have the actual webcam, like the actual camera that I use for my vlogs has a webcam. I also have two lights, and I'm still getting used to this, so I apologize in advance. These are very bright lights, and they have to be configured as such, so my face sort of is lit up besides the outside light. So there's actually a ring light back there and a regular light panel on this side. So yeah, just wanted to point that out because it is a bit different, and I know you guys were going to notice the difference. And now back to the actual video. So we finished building this, and now I went for the same style that I did back here, and I think this is going to be our style. I know I mentioned this was going to be a modern district, but I decided, you know what, this is fine. So yeah, you can see that I've also spread cracked nether bricks sort of to have texture, and we have mossy cobblestone on these. Sadly, there's no cracked nether brick stairs or any variation in nether brick stairs, which sort of sucks, but it's fine. We'll live with it. And yeah, this is now built. Now, I know I mentioned this was a farm list, but I didn't really explain how this works. Well, up front here, we have a bunch of item frames, and we're actually going to fill these item frames just in a second. But before we do that, I want to show you guys how this system works. So back here, we have an entrance, and here we have a panel of levers, and you can see they're all colored, so I can distinguish where they are. And each 5, like from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have a strip of blue, 1, 3, 4, 5, strip of blue, and then this is the middle ones. So imagine I want to get the, I don't know, 7th from the top, from this side, and 3rd from the top. So 5, 6, 7, and 3rd, it'd be this one. And then if I go up front, 7, right? 6, 7, and 2 down, and there we go. Now, this isn't that noticeable, and we're actually going to fix that in just in a second. But first, let me turn this off, and let me show you guys how this system actually works. You see, if I just put the levers on the redstone torch, it would actually light up all, like, across. If the lever was in here and I light it up, it would light up all these blocks because of redstone block transmission. So I had to find a way around this. And the way I found around this was to have a system like this. So here we have the panel with the things and then a torch, and this torch will actually only light the block in front of it. This was just a smart little way I found of going around the issue with bugs, but yeah. Now, we have this panel of lights here, but by itself the panel is sort of useless. That's why I have been collecting, and I'll get to the bottom ones, all blocks from different farms that I want to make, or that we've already made, and you might notice that these aren't a lot. That's true, but this is most of the farms, except for mob farming, both peaceful and hostile mobs. I got the heads of all of them, and I think I have every single one here. Yeah, I think I have every single one. I'm trying to think, right? Cow, chicken, pig, rabbit, sheep, horse, bee, squid, cat, turtle, red mushroom, wandering trader, iron golem, villager, spider, cave spider, creeper, skeleton skull, wither skeleton skull, zombie drown, slime, witch, silverfish guardian, ghast, hoglin, magma cube, blaze, enderman, phantom. Oh, actually, I'm missing the dragon head. And I think that's it. So, what we're gonna do now is, I wanted to empty my inventory. I should have kept an extra chest here. So, we're gonna do first the heads and then the rest. So, let's do it like this. This was sort of ordered. And all we gotta do is place this in the item frames. And by the way, if you're wondering how I got these heads, because these aren't vanilla heads, one of the data packs we put into the server a couple episodes ago, actually not that long ago, was to do with mob heads, and now mobs drop their heads. They don't always do, but they do on a pretty good ratio if you have looting free. So definitely would advise you guys checking out the episode where we did that if you're interested. And yeah, turtle, red mushroom, wandering trader, iron golem, villager. I know there was something else here. Where is it? Oh, apparently there isn't. Okay, so there's a few heads missing. That's fine. We can deal with that. So now, let's do all these. A lot of these we have farms for already. Some I just went into caves and tried to figure it out. Oh wow, it actually switched the texture. I guess that head is textured. Okay, and then... Alright, I forgot we have more in our inventory. So there's still a few things we need. We definitely need the dragon head. I know we're missing dolphin heads, and I know I'm a monster, but we are missing them. And I think we're missing a couple other ones. So let me consult my list here, and I can actually bring you guys along as we get these heads. Can I open File Explorer? Thank you. I planned this out on the other one. So we're missing the dragon head, and the dolphin head, and the pillager head. And yeah, those are the heads they're missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys along. Actually, first of all, I have dragon heads, I think. Oh yeah, I know heads are somewhere around here. Yep, we have dragon heads. Alright, I forgot I actually have wither heads. Sure, I'll use a wither head instead of the nether star then. And I assume we don't have pillager heads. Okay. So up we go. So now we have a wither's head right here and a dragon's head. And this means we're missing the dolphin head. And I guess we could get a tropical fish head. I had the puffer fish here, but I guess we could get that. But we're definitely missing both the dolphin and the pillager. And I actually have a very easy solution to this. I know where a pillager outpost is, and I have an elytra. So, to solve the problem, all we have to do... Oh, actually, let me get dolphin heads, since those are closest. So, the way I got these heads is I have a looting free sword inside my gearbox. Whichever one, I'm going to take sharpness. Having an empty ender chest feels so good. So, the dolphin head isn't easy to get because they move around a lot. Because if you didn't know, dolphins actually play with you. So it's sort of hard to actually get the dolphin head. They don't attack... Yeah, god damn it, I use doing this with a helmet. There you go, there's the dolphin head. Again, they don't always drop, but they do drop regularly enough, I guess. And I know I'm a monster for wanting to farm dolphins. I understand that, but they do actually drop cooked cod and kelp. Didn't actually know they dropped kelp. Okay. There's a village here. This is actually the village we used for our crazy thing, achievement thing. And I know there's an outpost somewhere in this direction. I don't know the exact place of it, though. So I guess we need to fly a little bit to figure it out. There it is. Okay, I knew it was somewhere around here. You can see the tracks of me pulling things out. I'm actually going to pull out my netherite armor for this, because these villagers hit like trucks. And I don't intend on dying. We actually need the elytra really quick just to get down there. There is one. I just saw him. Okay, and there's a creeper right here. No. Okay. This place is filled to the brim with mobs. Nope. Dropped across my side. Oh, okay. I was wondering why they weren't shooting me. And for those wondering, ooh, this is gonna give me bad omen, and I prefer not to get bad omen. No pillager heads yet. They do drop them. Did I get bad omen? I did. God damn it. That's fine. I'll deal with bad omen. I don't have a village yet. Nothing. So this is what I did, basically. I went around all over the place, and I just killed a bunch of mobs until I got their heads. Now, there are a couple exceptions to this. The Wither Skeleton Skull has to be gotten as it is in Survival Minecraft. The Ender Dragon head is obtained via end raiding. As you can see, I already had it, and I'm actually surprised I only had that little amount. But I guess I probably just left them there. I don't have a lot of extra elytras besides the ones that are in the boxes. The skeleton head, the creeper head, and the zombie head are all vanilla heads, and they're all obtained using charged creepers. So what you need to do is you need to get a charged creeper, and that's actually easy enough to do. All you do is you get a creeper and you hit it with a channeling. I think it's channeling. There's a trident that has the capacity to draw lightning. So you just use that. And then you need to get it near a zombie, another creeper, and a skeleton in order to get their heads. And yeah, that's how you get the vanilla heads. Everything else is obtained just by doing what I'm doing right here, which is just going around and killing mobs until you get the head. It can be really quick, as it was for dolphins, or it can take for absolutely forever to actually get one. The highest looting value, the better, of course. If you're playing on a server of like extreme enchantments, like an OP Factors or something that has this plugin. Well, this isn't a plugin, it's a data pack, but I'm sure there's a plugin for it as well if you want. Looting is like very beneficial to this task. I heard one of you. Lots of crossbows, but nothing of what I want. Okay, I guess I'm gonna give a cut here, and we're gonna be back once I actually have the head, because I don't feel like just staying here forever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally we're done. That actually took a little bit longer than I thought, but now we have both a dolphin and a pillager head, and that's all the mob heads. These took forever to actually collect. That's why I didn't record it. It really did take forever. But now onto these. So these farms are pretty obvious. You know, it's a farm with the mob that we're farming, right? All of these are pretty obvious, including like even weird stuff like the dolphin and the ender dragon makes sense. Now these are gonna make a little bit less sense. So there are 3 farms that still have to do with animals. Actually 4, 5, 6, 7 farms that have to do with animals. Let's actually do this differently. Let's do blocks first, and then the rest of it. So each of these also are pretty obvious, I guess. I'm gonna keep both of you here. So, you know, wood farm, and there actually should be another wood, right? The dark oak, which needs its own farm, the nether wood, then cobblestone, grass, podzol, and dirt. Grass, podzol, and mycelium, sorry. Nylium, we've actually already made that. Soul soil and basalt. Obsidian, which is actually a pretty fun farm to make. And then we have a little bit of a weirder set of farms, I guess. We have ice and snow. We have wool, concrete, bricks. And then we have a mushroom farm. I'm just going to signify every mushroom with that one. And a coral farm, which is actually also going to be pretty fun to make. And then we have a bunch of plant farms. So let me take out all of the plants. All of these are also pretty self-explanatory, I think. So, you know, melon farm, pumpkin farm, sugarcane farm, bamboo farm, cactus farm, wheat, carrot, potato, and beetroot farms. Again, all of these beside the wheat isn't actually complete, but everything else is. Cocoa bean, we also have that. And then we have some weirder ones like the vines and the flowers farm. And I actually want to make a lot of really, really, really better flower farm. But I guess that's for a later date. Then grass farm. This is mostly because it's hard to farm grass manually. I just want to make a farm so it's easier for me. Then we have some of the nether plants, you know, like the weeping vines, which are already done, the nether wort, the nether sprouts, and this is just all the other nether plants. And then we have some end farms. We have the wither rose, which are already done, and the chorus fruit farm. And that's all the plant ones. And then we have some more, I guess, miscellaneous farms. So I'm going to start with mob-related ones. So you're mob-related, you're mob-related, you're mob-related. You're mob-related. You're mob-related. So are you. So are... I guess you're not really mob-related. You are, though. They're all sort of mob-related, but whatever. So we have general mob farm, which we already have. We have the pufferfish farm, turtle egg farm already done, dragon's breath farm, shulker box farm, that's going to be a pain in my ass. Leather farm, actually no, sorry, general passive mob farm, that's also going to be a pain. Gold farm already done, bonefield farm not done. Then we have the weirder ones. So we have the brewer. This is just an automatic brewer that I'm going to make pretty soon actually. We have the music disc farm, we have the bartering farm, and then we have the gifting farm, which I'm just going to put lapis there for the sake of simplicity. Now, we're actually not done yet, because now we actually need to go and grab... we need to go... Yeah, I put... Ow. Sometimes I'm really good at flying, sometimes I suck at flying. So let's see, where did I put that? Statues 2.8, here it is. So now, if we use the statues book, which you actually got not that long ago, there's this little thing that's actually really useful. If you look at an item frame, for example, I'm looking at that one, item frames, invisible item frame. Hello? Item frames, invisible item frame. There we go. Okay, so I guess this is going to be a bit more annoying than I thought. So what you do is just item frames, invisible item frame, and this way we can actually see the redstone lamp behind it really well. And it's sort of just an ease of life. This can be really hard sometimes. But... I think I'm just going to go around, do this really quick. I don't want to record this because, yeah, it's going to be a pretty boring part. But I just want to do this. This way you can see the redstone lamp completely and the block itself doesn't actually obscure much. So yeah, I'm going to transform all of these into invisible item frames and I'll be right back. It is done, ladies and gentlemen. All the lights are on and everything's invisible. A few of these are weird, especially, where is it? The Wither Rose remains really weird. I don't know why. I might have to think of an alternative block, something to place there. But everything else works fine, and I've actually lit up a lot of these. I just realized we're missing kelp. Yeah, we are missing kelp. Okay. Not that big of an issue, though. Because I can just do this. And plop it in here. Now, this does have a limited space, but if it comes to it, I can just expand it vertically. It's fine. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. But yeah, it's now done, and I'm actually going to turn this invisible really quickly. And that is the 7th. So let's just switch it on. If you guys don't know how to get the statues book, I advise that you go look at that episode. It was like 2 episodes ago. I'll leave a link to it somewhere. So yeah, with that, we now have all our farms listed, and there's a bunch of farms here that we haven't done. And this isn't all that we're going to do in Redstone Craft. I should point that out. There's a lot of stuff that isn't technically a farm, but that I still want to do. I have ideas for projects. Of course, we have... Whoops. We have the massive island project here that we're still going to work on, and has a bunch of cool stuff around here that's going to be worked on. But it is nice just to have a list, because I have this list already on a notepad, but I'd prefer to have it here so it's visual, you know. And yeah, with that though, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be all for today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.